It's a big day. We're getting some drywall done, which is exciting. We've got everything taped in the living room area, and we're moving on into the dining room slash kind of the rest of the living area here on the other side of the beams. So we'll take you along as we're doing a little bit of that. I'm not a professional drywaller by any means, but I'll show you a few of the things that I do as I go along. So come on. We have a situation right here where I've got two butt joints together and I didn't leave myself very much room between them, so I'm simply going to take my box knife and score down the edge, and that gives me a little bit of room for the mud to get in there to get a good bond. You got a situation like this is where a seam's going to go. I don't ever mud those because they're going to be covered anyways. So I typically wait to cover up all the screw holes until after I've taped everything, because a lot of them get covered anyways and there's no sense covering them and then trying to work around them if there's a little glob of mud or something like that. So I always do the independent screw holes last. So what I'm actually doing is pulling mud from behind this tape so that I'm not actually leaving that much mud behind it. Oops. And we shouldn't have much to sand. Well, it was time for a shower, and we're gonna let this stuff simmer for another day or two, let it dry up real good before we start sanding it and put on the next coat. We got the wood stove going, ceiling fan, and so it should dry up pretty quick. So
we'll touch back in with you here in a couple days. Trying not to fall off the ladder, sorry about that. Well, it's going pretty well. It's a lot of work pulling that 14-inch knife around the ceiling. I tell you what, to get stuff, or to keep stuff from falling off the ends, I'm just nipping about an inch off, inch and a half off each end, and then dragging it across. So that seems to be working pretty good. I'm not getting stuff, you know, pulling off the ends and falling down. So we'll keep chipping away at her here. We got our mixture figured out, our spray volume and air pressure figured out. So we kind of were messing around with that, got it where we want it, sprayed a little bit there. We're going just for a classic orange peel. It's popular in our area. Some areas it's not, I know, but anyhow, it's classic, it's popular where we're at, so that's what we're going with. So we're gonna start by loading up and start spraying in some of the areas that aren't as visible, just so I get a feel for the gun and everything, and then we'll work to the bigger areas. Alright guys, we got everything sprayed that we wanted to have sprayed. We still got more drywall and spraying to do in the rest of the house, but the living area up the stairs is all done. So super excited about that. It went pretty well. Couple things that I do is I spray in a circular motion. That seems to help kind of even things out. You don't get lines and weird stuff going on. Another thing that we do when we're cleaning up that's helpful is I load up the hopper with water and spray out the nozzle. But we still take it apart and clean it too. Just a helpful tip that you can do is to, if you're going to be doing drywall again soon, put the rest of your mud that's left over in a bucket below some water, and it'll keep it pretty good. Just pour off the excess water and then mix in some extra mud to kind of firm it up a little bit. And that seems to help pretty well if you're going to be using mud again pretty quick. Anyhow, we're done for now. So this is drywall finished. I think we're going to wrap up the drywall video and we'll move on to paint and primer and all that stuff in another video. So thanks for coming along, guys. We'll catch you later.